Welcome back, everyone. May is Mental Health Month. We have Michael Schoenhofer, the Executive Director of Mental Health Recovery Services. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it.
Jeff. Yeah, good to be here.
May, kind of a focus on these kind of things. You're doing something very interesting, because we were talking before we came on about the effects of pets and your well-being, and you're doing something with that.
Right, yes. A lot of times when people talk about mental health, they think of mental illness.
Yeah.
And we have such a focus on disease that we decided to change it and think about how do we keep our health and wellness. And one way that we can connect with a lot of people is through their pets.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of research on just the impact that pets have on just your general well-being, both physical and mental.
Yeah, yeah, and it makes a lot of sense. We were talking to the fact that animals love you no matter what, and that kind of thing. And I think sometimes, somebody told me once, we like that effect in them because that's how we would want all humans to be, but it doesn't always happen.
That's right. Yeah, somebody once said, you are who your dog thinks you are.
Yeah.
You know, and if you think about that, we were talking about how I would come home from college and my parents would say, oh, you know, Mike, nice to see you, good to see you. But my dog would say, oh my gosh, he's home. He's run around
Yeah.
the house, and it made you feel great. You know, just made you feel really welcome. And pets just have that ability to, well, there's a lot of research that says that lower your blood pressure, give you a general well-being, feeling of well-being, and so we're focusing on that. Even connecting with the Humane Society this month to say, look, here are some pets that may need a little bit of help.
Sure, and it's a great idea because you talk about this idea of wellness and well-being, and sometimes sometimes you need dramatic care, but sometimes there's just the little things like that might get you back where you need to be, right?
Absolutely, and some of the research is that uncomplicated love, we talked about that earlier, you know, pets give you that, a sense of responsibility. People sometimes think, well, I don't know if I can take care of, one more thing. Yet taking care of a pet is an amazing way to be able to do that. Activity, you know, my mother, when she was older, got a pet, and it got her out of the house, got her moving. So there's a lot of ways that pets really have an impact that you don't think about.
Yeah, yeah, and a lot of times do you find that first level may be lowering your stress and getting you to a sense of well-being where you can just kind of think straight and then tackle the day's issues?
You know, by that sense of companionship, or even petting, you know, that stroking a pet brings you kind of back to a centeredness. Yeah. And, you know, whatever stress you had or whatever worries or anxieties are kind of sometimes clouding your judgment. Yeah. Sometimes just having that moment with a pet, whether it's a cat, a dog, you know, whatever you're interacting with, helps you to kind of refocus yourself. Yeah. And by doing that, it's amazing how you find a kind of a center and sometimes a different perspective on the way where your life is going. Right.
And you guys are so good at getting people to agencies where they need to be. Do you find that people maybe need a different recipe to get back to some mental well-being than others? I mean, it's not all the same for all of us, right?
That's right. For some people, going to counseling, they need some psychotherapy, maybe even medication. We have a crisis center that's available all the time. So those things are in place. We even get into schools with kids. So we have those things in place, but you can't, we can't treat our way into wellness all the time. And so many of us, it's better if we kind of maintain that level of wellness so that we don't need to go to the counselor or to the psychiatrist. Somebody said there's no better psychiatrist than a little puppy. Yeah. And it just is amazing. Just thinking about a puppy sometimes, it just makes you feel good.
Something to think about. And a lot of this information on your Facebook page and your homepage too, right?
That's right. We're running a contest this month. We'd like to see a picture of you and your pet, and we'll post it on Facebook and let us know how your pet makes you feel well.
Yeah. We can see the pictures too where they look like their pets. They always say you start to look like you're maybe.
Yeah,
we'll get some of those too.
That's right. Sure, absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, we'll be back right after.